Good morning, this is Mrs. Heisenbuttel, and today we are going to be learning how to mate and flush and constrain sketches. Well, constrain parts within an assembly. So, first thing you're going to need to do is open up an assembly file or a standard IAM file. Now, what I'm doing is actually this. I'm going to build with bricks, and I'm going to take 12 bricks and I'm going to create one of these just to kind of show you how it works. And one of the ones that I use, I tend to rotate between the green and the red bricks so I can see them better. So I'm just going to go ahead and look and make in this first one, then you can figure it out from there what you want to do. So first thing, this is my blank slate for my assembly. And I'm going to go place, and I'm going to go out to the Y drive where the bricks are stored, and you'll see they're called Bricks and Bricks Green, and they're IPT files. And I'm going to open them, and notice I click and the thing is huge. So I'm going to zoom out a little, and I'm actually going to put, there's 4, 5, one more, 6 on there. Then I'm going to right click OK, and I'm going to place, and now I'm going to go get green bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stick it, whoa, way over there, 6. Okay. Now, notice I'm looking over here at my browser window, and none of them have a thumbtack in them, which means none of them are grounded. But as I roll over each brick, it goes in and says, oh, hey, and highlights it in blue on the main screen. So I'm going to find brick number 1, which just so happens to be this one. I'm going to pull it out over here, and then I'm going to right click on it and pull down to grounded, and I'm going to lock it. And that way it no longer moves. I can't move that brick around. And the reason I want to lock one brick is so that I can actually, when I'm sticking things on, I can tell if everything works because nothing will move. So the trick to constraining parts is, in this case, it's a mate and 2 flushes. Mate is like glue. It sticks 2 things together so they can't move. A flush lines them up so that they don't come forward past each other or slide up and down, depending on how you flush them. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our constraints window, and we're going to mate the end of our grounded brick. And because it's red, I'm going to flip it a little bit here and grab the end of one of my green ones. I hit apply, and now notice I'm just going to hit my home button so I can go back. I'm going to flip it to flush. So one mate, next one's a flush on the front. Click, click, flushes on the front. Hit apply, click, click, flushes them on the top. Apply. And so now that brick, and I'm going to close my window here, notice they're both stuck together. They don't go anywhere, they don't slide anywhere, they're stuck. That's exactly what you want. Probably not to double click on it though. So I'm going to open the constraints window again. I'm going to mate the end of the green one to the end of a red one. I'm going to mate those together like glue. Apply, and then I'm going to flush front, front, and I'm going to flush top, top. Apply, close it, doesn't move, we're done. So I'm going to, last one is going to be this green. Again, I make sure I'm on mate, mate to the end of the red one, apply, flush, flush the front, and flush, flush the top. And then I need to stick one on top. This gets a little tricky because I need a green one to go on top of here. Well, you have to think about it exactly like glue. Where do I want my glue? I want my glue between my 2 blocks. So the top of my bottom one, the bottom of my next one need to be stuck together. So I don't flush that, I have to mate that. So I'm going to click, and then I'm going to use my view cube to scroll over, find the bottom of a green one, and click that, apply it, back to home. And then again, flush it in the front, but now I'm not flushing the tops together, now I'm flushing the sides together so that they line up on that side, because see, they don't. So I have to apply the one I did, and now I'm going to make sure I'm on flush, 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 apply. And now, whoops, turn that off. And so see, all stuck together. And so then I'm just going to continue that way down this row. So I'm going to make the top of this green one. I need the bottom of a red one. So, whoops. There we go. See the bottom of a red one? Made it. Apply. I'm actually going to use this to bring me home here so I can see better. And I'm going to flush, flush, apply. And in this case, notice you're going, hey, wait a second. Those are mated and flushed, but the ends aren't stuck together. And that's right, they aren't. Because now this one can slide back and forth. And so how do I get to stick together? I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to, in this case, I want to glue them, right? And I want to flush them so they're even. I want to glue them. So I did a mate and a flush, and now I'm doing another mate. Apply, home view, and see, now they're all stuck together. And notice over here I have, like, this one right here happens to be brick number 3 in red. So if I click the open, the little plus sign, I can see that I have a mate, a flush, and another mate. Notice it highlights them for me so I can see where I mated and flushed. If you get stuck, go in and delete the mates and flushes. Like, I don't know why it's still moving. Go delete everything you did and start over. And all you have to do is go to the browser and just click on that mate, right click on it and delete it. And it will take that mate off. Don't just keep mating and flushing the same faces over and over and over again. Money says that it's not going to solve your problem. So I'm going to add another one. I'm going to mate this end to that end. And I'm going to apply, and I'm actually going to move this back a little so I can see better. And I'm also going to mate bottom, or I'm sorry, top to bottom of the green right there. And zoom out, apply, home view, and let's see what we got. So does it move? Yeah, it still moves this way. Won't slide side to side, but it's still not lined up in the front. So I flush, flush, line it up in the front, apply. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mate this side to, whoops, side of a red, and apply. And then I'm going to go ahead and flush that, so I think I can. And then I have to move this up so I can see the underside. Zoom in and make sure I'm on mate that, and let's see if I can do it. There we go. Mate that, apply, and check it. Yep, we're good. So now we have a wall that is 2 bricks high and 4 bricks wide. Well, I need to be 3 bricks high, so I need to add another set. So I'm going to do the next set the same way I did the last one. Start with a mate, top, mate the top there to the bottom of one of my reds. There it is. Apply, home view so I can see where it is. There it is. And now I'm going to flush the front, apply, and on this one I just want to line it up. There's no glue involved, so I need to flush those two. And then I'm going to mate this. Whoops, where are we? There we go, better. Now I'm going to mate this inside piece with that. Apply. I'm going to flush the front, apply, and now I'm going to move this up. Constrain, mate, top to bottom, apply. Close it. Notice it's not going anywhere. We're good. So we'll go back to constrain and whoops, back to the home view so I can see it, and I'm going to mate. Am I on mate? Yes, I am. I'm on mate. Top of the green, bottom of the red, apply, and now I need to get these sides, so I wonder if I can just scoot in. I think I can. Mate, scoot that green one to just a little further. There it is, that red one. Apply, and then we'll flush the fronts, apply, close it, home view. Yep, there we go, nice and locked in. Last one, we are going to mate side, apply, flush front, apply, and now we are going to mate bottom to top. There we go, apply, home view. We should be good all the way around. So there is my bricks. So that's the basic idea of how you do mates and flushes. Now you can also, obviously, if you have holes and you're putting things into holes, that would be an insert. When you do your constrain, you'll notice there's all sorts of other stuff for, like, this is constraining two round features to each other. You can also like a thing that inserts into a flat surface, a hole on a flat surface. You can also do all sorts of tangenting and angles. The standard mate is what I use, but you can also mate at angles. If you're mating something, you only want it to be at a, a good 45-degree angle to the original, then you can mate them that way. You can mate round surfaces to square surfaces, and you can also mate round to round. You can do inserts. Oh, by the way, that's called a tangent. You can do an insert, and then you can do a symmetrical mate to make something line up equally on both sides. So there's also all sorts of other options here that you can explore and take a look at and see if they help you. For the bricks assignment, you really only need to be mating and flushing.